Welcome to the HR Happy Hour work break for a Friday. Just me flying solo today. That's okay. I've done this a couple of times. I think we'll be all right. I hope I won't ruin the show. I'll do my best. But this gives me the opportunity to rant a little bit. And I know Trish didn't want to maybe hear this one. That's okay. She's probably right. But here's a mini rant, maybe a controversial rant as well. I'm very down on Mr. Brady of the Brady Bunch. Here's my position. Mr. Brady was the absolute worst. And I know people under, say, 35 may not know the Brady Bunch or care, but here's my thesis on why Mr. Brady's the absolute worst. We have 9 people, right, crammed into that Brady Bunch house. Yet, from what I can tell, the single largest room in the house is Mr. Brady's private office, right, where he's working on his dopey architectural sketches. And he makes not only is he holed up in this private office all the time, seemingly in the biggest room in the house, all by himself, he makes the kids like knock on the door to be admitted into the office, right? Oh, come on in, Peter or Bobby or whomever. And then he gives some cursory answer to whatever Peter or Cindy's or Bobby's problem is, like a 2-line answer, and then sort of leans back and he gives them like a really kind of condescending dismissal, right? Mr. Brady will pull the move, and maybe he never actually said this, but it's along the lines of, all right, Peter, now you'll have to excuse me, son, because as you can see, I'm a very busy man. And that's it. Like Peter's got to slink out on his own. It's awful. Awful. He's in this. There's 9 kids or 6 kids sharing one tiny bathroom. Yet Mr. Brady's got this like 1,800 square foot office. There's a couch in the office. There's a chair. There's huge bookcases. Awful. And I'll give you one more reason why Mr. Brady is the worst ever, right? Fans of the show will know this, and I'll challenge you to watch it if you haven't in a long time. Watch the final episode of The Brady Bunch, the very last episode of the series. The plot line was Greg is graduating from high school. That was the main storyline of that show. And there was some other assorted hijinks around that. But here's the thing. Mr. Brady is not in the episode at all. He doesn't make an appearance, right? No, Mr. Brady, they don't mention him. They don't notice that he's gone. The mom has to solve some sort of problem with the kids. They don't mention the fact that Mr. Brady's nowhere to be seen on his son Greg's high school graduation day until the very last scene of the show, when the family kind of pours back into the into the house, into the living room. They're returning from graduation, and the mom says something like, "Wow, Greg, it was super exciting that you graduated, with honors from high school. We're really proud of you. Congratulations." And then as an aside, she says, "Too bad your dad was out of town. You couldn't get to see it." That was it. Mr. Brady, the most awful father in the world, out of town for high school graduation. So boom, there it is. That's my thesis. I'm glad I got that off my chest for a Friday. A couple other things I wanted to mention. The HR Happy Hour podcast network, or media network, of which this show is a part of, is absolutely on fire lately. So I do want to thank our friends George LaRock for a new HR Market Watch episode that posted recently, all about the big greenhouse deal in the ATS space, in the talent acquisition technology space, and a new radical research with our friend Madeline Lorano that posted as well. And she talked to Barb Hyman from Predictive Hire. That's a great show as well. That's on the HR Happy Hour feed as well. Some things to note for us as well. I'm super excited on the HR Tech front for the spring HR Tech event. Pretty soon we'll be releasing the names of the startup companies that we've invited to participate in our startup showcase session at HR Tech Spring. Really, really excited about that. And I'll mention call for speaking proposals for HR Tech Fall in Las Vegas in the fall. We're super optimistic we're going to have that event. All that process is open. You can find that at hrtechconference.com. It's kind of the weekend. It's a long weekend here in the US for a lot of people, I hope. I wonder if people take long weekends anymore when you're still working from home. That's a good question. I'm excited about 2 things. I'm representing my friends, my team at Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga, the German soccer league. They have a huge game on Sunday. I've become such a huge German soccer fan. Wolfsburg's in 3rd place, going for a top 2 position maybe this weekend, followed by, for our fans, NASCAR fans, the Daytona 500 Sunday. I'm booked nonstop, noon Wolfsburg game Eastern, 2:30 Daytona 500. I don't know what's going to happen to me by the end of the day Sunday, but I'm super, super excited about it. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a couple quick notes. Hopefully you agree with me on the Mr. Brady rant. Maybe you don't, but check out all the shows we have on the podcast network. We are really, really proud of what we're doing there, and plenty more to come. All the show archives the Happy Hour show, this show, the Alexa show that I do, everything, all on hrhappyhour.net. You can subscribe to all the shows there. Thank you so much for a great, great week on the work break. We'll see you back here on Monday. We'll be on Monday. We're working. It's Mental Health Monday, sponsored by our friends at Oracle. We'll be talking about more mental health issues in the workplace. So anyway, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.